What happened in the previous chapter was that Ryo and Onii-Chan were on their way to the battle. Onii-Chan asked what the connection between Wahlberg and Innocent Zero was. Ryo explained that the two used to be classmates, and their master was the one who started the Divine Visionary and the Bureau of Magic. He was the most powerful magic user to come to their world in several past centuries. In the face-off between Wahlberg and Innocent Zero revealed his face. Upon seeing this, Wahlberg was speechless. Innocent Zero changed his appearance again to have a normal face. He explained that he was expecting to capture Mashle and kill Wahlberg on that day. He cast T-Mez, the living dead, and brought out their former master, Adam. Wahlberg was greatly surprised. He was filled with anger and asked how far they were planning to challenge him. In the fight between Mashle and Cell War, our protagonist still couldn't remember who Cell War was. This angered Cell War. He attacked using his carbon magic, but Mashle simply jumped over it and in no time reached him. As they stared at each other, Mashle suddenly asked why Innocent Zero was targeting him. That's when Cell War explained that Mashle was created by Innocent Zero to be used for his perfect body. What's up, Onii-Chan? Welcome back to our manga recap series about Mashle, Magic and Muscles, a story that's a blend of Harry Potter and One Punch Man. So, let's start the video. In the continuation of the exciting story of Mashle in a world full of magic, we return to Cell War summoning Hephaestus, the god of iron. Our protagonist was left asking, what? Cell War explained that this was the full power of his wand. Its true form. Mashle apparently understood this. Cell War said that magic can evolve in countless ways, depending on who's using it and how. He immediately attacked after that using Diamond Cutter. Mashle was able to dodge it and said it was a close call. Cell War's attack hit the arena and their school, which annoyed Mashle. Cell War explained that those blade discs were diamond tipped, so there was nothing it couldn't cut. He continued to attack with that magic while explaining that those would slice Mashle until his body got chopped into pieces. The discs kept returning to Mashle, but he managed to dodge them. Mashle decided to ignore the discs and go straight for Cell War. However, he almost got cut in half by one of the discs. Mashle's clothes got torn while he kept dodging those discs. As Cell War controlled his two discs, Mashle noticed that he was still holding back. Mashle saw that Cell War had 4 diamond discs, which meant he really couldn't get close to him. This was bad since 4 of those were too many. Cell War taunted him, asking if he was scared now. But if he were Mashle, he wouldn't try to run, unless Mashle was ready to sacrifice all the people there. He brought out a gigantic, spiked object in the sky, calling it the Black Diamond. Mashle remarked that Cell War knew a lot of things. Cell War explained that a wand unleashed via summon spell not only has its own power enhancements, but the level of magic power you can unleash is unmatched. He said those thousands of diamond shards would pierce everyone in that space. He asked if Mashle thought he found a good dwelling place and asked if Mashle liked those worthless hangers. He said they would just die anyway and resumed his attack. While Mashle was dodging, Cell War told him to give up. As the 2 discs were heading towards Mashle, he turned his back, which puzzled Cell War. Before long, our protagonist suddenly started to run fast. Cell War was shocked and asked why Mashle was running in the opposite direction. What was he doing, abandoning the students? He fell silent, thinking that maybe Mashle was scared of him and had given up. In unexpected events, Mashle suddenly appeared behind him like something out of a horror movie. Mashle explained that he circled the whole school to outrun those diamond discs. Cell War was puzzled about how he outran them and wondered how fast Mashle had to run to do that. He also noticed that Mashle was tightening his grip on him because he was trying to dig him in. Cell War then suddenly spoke, saying it was a shame for Mashle's effort because he forgot that he could do that. Cell War transformed his skin into diamond to protect himself. He explained that no attack would break his diamond skin, but he could cut through Mashle. He was guiding his diamond disc to hit both of them, explaining that he was protected while Mashle would take the lethal attack. Before long, the disc hit Mashle's back, causing blood to splatter everywhere. The bloodied Mashle fell to the ground. Cell War stepped on his head while laughing. He said Mashle wasn't that strong after all and was just a waste. He trash-talked Mashle, and before long, he decided to kill Mashle's friends as well. He then noticed something under his foot and realized it was a cream puff, which left him wondering what was happening. Mashle stood up holding a cream puff, announcing that the cream puff party had started. Cell War was utterly confused about how Mash had survived. Cell War couldn't grasp what was happening as Mash kept feeding him heaps of cream puffs. Mash continued doing this until Cell War's mouth was filled with cream puffs. Little by little, Cell War began to choke on them. In the end, Mash put Cell War in a headlock while he choked on the cream puffs. Hypoxia was suddenly explained here. It was mentioned that if the oxygen supply to the brain is insufficient, it can result in hallucinations. The incident was explained how Mash managed to dodge. Before the diamond cutter hit him, Mash realized that it would be too difficult to punch it at the right time, so he didn't do that. Because of that, he just tried to use a choke hold against Cell's diamond skin. Using the explosive strength of his biceps, Mash cut off the oxygen to the carotid artery, resulting in him knocking out his opponent within a second. After Cell War lost consciousness, his giant black diamond shattered. Mash explained that the school was important to him, so if they wanted to destroy it, they should be prepared to be choked until they faint. We then return to the fight between Wahlberg, Innocent Zero, and Necros Mans. Necros explained that he was facing Wahlberg Bagan, a former divine visionary who brought order to that place. And to this day, he leads as the best magic user in their world. His power assures that he is the strongest in the whole world. However, it was mentioned that it only applies to the current superficial world, and Adam was made to cast Dark Impact by him. A powerful magic that was capable of piercing a mountain flew by Wahlberg. Necros explained here that Adam's magic was boasted to engulf everything into the void. After that, Necros cast the Dark Snake using Adam. Wahlberg managed to dodge it, but his clothes were grazed, causing them to tear. Necros explained that this was the power Adam used to control that world. His dark magic. It was said that it had the ability to send anything it touched to the void, so even other magic was not an exception. Dark magic reportedly couldn't be repelled by any other type of spell. He amusingly referred to it as his new toy, and of all his control, Adam was the most beautiful. He continued to use it and cast Dark Snake double. Just as he thought that Wahlberg would be hit by it, Wahlberg managed to repel that powerful magic. Necros couldn't believe that Wahlberg was able to do that. After that, Wahlberg produced a sphere and sharp objects. He directed it at Necros and surrounded him with it. Before long, Necros' body was slashed into pieces. Because of this, he panicked. Wahlberg then told him not to worry and explained that his magic could control space. He just moved Necros' body parts to a nearby location and he wouldn't die from it. There, Necros realized that the way Wahlberg was able to stop his dark magic was by removing it from space itself. He cast Dark Impact apps all towards Wahlberg and thought that he wouldn't be able to overcome that dark magic, and even Wahlberg wouldn't be able to remove it in time. However, it was a piece of cake for our headmaster to negate Necros' attack. Necros couldn't believe the range of Wahlberg's broken magic. He was now controlling the person who once ruled that world. Yes, Wahlberg was the strongest now, but it was said to be impossible for there to be such a big gap between the skills of the two, especially since he was using dark magic, because dark magic is the prime of all magic. He used Dark Tremendos and released a giant circle to attack Wahlberg. Necros explained that it was a max-level dark magic, and if their magic clashed, there would be no chance that dark magic would lose. Wahlberg was intrigued and said that it seems Necros was mistaken in thinking that Wahlberg had already used his spell. He explained that all he had used so far was just the ability of his wand. If Necros wanted to see Wahlberg cast a spell, he should watch. An extraordinary magic enveloped the area, while Necros could hardly believe it. While Necros was releasing Dark Tremendos, Wahlberg prepared and cast Space Sacrifice. Suddenly his power engulfed the area, and it seemed to disregard Necros' max-level dark magic. Innocent Zero then remarked that it seems Wahlberg is still not weakening. And that concludes this video. What do you think? Will Necros still fight back after experiencing Wahlberg's power? What could be the next plan of Innocent Zero? Write your comments down below. If you want more anime and manga recaps, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on new videos.